Mm. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. I need to edit that video. I forgot. Good afternoon. Hey, Lois. Good afternoon, beautiful. Hey, Michael. Good afternoon, handsome. How you doing? Got a lot to talk about, of course, this afternoon. Trump is still, of course, dodging the whole Epstein thing. So, listen, I know Turkey, but listen, I am calling on Nick Cage. I'm hoping that Nick Cage sees some of these videos because, listen, we need him. This is the time we need him. Okay? This is the time we need Nick Cage. We need Riley. I'll even take a little John Voight if it's going to get us there, but he's a Trumper, so he may not help. I mean, it is what it is, but we need the list. You know, we need the list. Hey, storyteller, good afternoon, beautiful. We need the list. And until we get it, I just make it my business to keep bringing it up because, again, Trump brought it up repeatedly before the election. So I look at it like this. Since he was the one making such a big deal about it, Bongino was, Pam Bondi was. Yeah, it's National Treasure 3. It is. The toe is feeling, I was saying to myself earlier, it doesn't ache. So I don't think it's broken, but I'm still wearing the shoe when I'm not wearing regular shoes. When I go out, I just make sure not to bend it. That's the big thing. And keeping it taped to the other toe like they told me to. So I do that every day. Yeah, but until Nick Cage can get us answers, y'all. But thank you for asking, storyteller. I appreciate it. But until we get answers, I'm not letting up. I want to know what's going on. Because again, MAGA's not letting up either. So MAGA's not letting up either. And so I'm interested in seeing and something, and I see somebody talked about something. Guy says, hold on, let me make sure this isn't something, some mess. Oh yeah, kind of ironic you said it. Jake Paul's talking about Idiocracy, the movie is happening in front of our eyes. So sad. People are so miserably dumb. Isn't he a Trumper? Isn't he a Trumper? Does he not understand? Isn't he a Trumper? Okay. The irony is thick with these people. They never seem to get it. Now, remember I told you all that FEMA's having issues. Oh, well, first of all, before I do that, let me tell you a couple of things. Now, with the World Cup, right, you remember the winning team was awarded the trophy, right? Trump took that one. They had to give them a replacement. I'm going to say that again. He took their trophy. They got a replacement. It's bad enough his ass wouldn't step out the picture because he makes everything about himself, of course. Yeah, I read a report about it earlier and I was like, chill. It fits. It fits. And if you guys could tap that like button and the share button for me, and with share, copy link counts as a share. I'm not surprised. Trump gonna be Trump. Trump is gonna be Trump. That's what's expected. Now Fox News, Fox News isn't really talking about it as much as they need to because, they know Trump is watching. They know that he's watching, so they're going to be very careful about how they move with everything. And thank you all so much for the likes and shares. So they're going to be very careful. And apparently Greg Abbott is saying that he has some emails with Elon Musk that are too intimate and embarrassing to make public. Anybody here from Texas? What the heck does that mean? Thank you, Conchi. What the heck does that mean? It says, It says Abbott's office rejected, somebody did a FOIA request asking for copies of the emails, and Governor Abbott's office rejected the request, saying some of the records are too intimate and embarrassing. So what could be in those records that are so intimate and embarrassing that the people of Texas can't know what Governor Abbott is talking about with Elon Musk? So that's again, Republican men are always doing something extremely weird where I'm always like, okay. I don't know what that's about. What's your thoughts on South Carolina ruling for Department of Education firing today? I didn't see it. Hold on, let me look it up now. South Carolina. I'm looking right now. Department of Education, and I can look and I can tell you because I didn't see that. Okay, they ruled against the state education scholarship trust fund program, determining that using state funds for private school tuition violates the state constitution's Blaine Amendment. The ruling impacts the program, which provides scholarships for eligible students to private schools. The court decisions, I agree with the court's decision if it's about private school vouchers. Public school money shouldn't be used for private schools. If people want to send their kids to private schools, they should have to pay their own money. Or they should apply for scholarships associated with those schools to get money. But public money should not be taken and siphoned from public schools to give to private schools. So... you said it's Supreme Court decision. Okay. I thought you said South Carolina. Let me look. Supreme Court allows Trump to proceed. You know what? Can I honestly say they should be able to continue to do it? Because until people feel the impacts of Republican policies, they're going to keep on voting for Republican policies. This is the impact when you put rich and powerful people in front and in charge of government who don't care about government. They don't care about... I saw a video earlier on TikTok from a younger gentleman, and he was saying the children that are like the people like who are in their early 20s now, younger generation than that, they're going to have a really tough time because one, jobs are not going to be plentiful. I kicked my thing for a second. Jobs are not going to be as plentiful as they used to be, right? Two, they're not going to pay what they used to pay. The social safety net systems are all mucked up. Healthcare is still all mucked up. All this stuff all mucked up, right? Now you're going to have these kids who ain't going to have retirement funds. They don't have anything to look forward to for the future. So there's no social safety net for them. What's supposed to happen? At some point, this system and the way they have things set up is going to hit a wall. Technically, it really already has. It's just that you got this older guard fighting against this younger guard. And honestly, the older guard is working really hard to miseducate the younger guard so the younger guard can continue to tow water for the old guard. So the old guard can keep their money and their cushy life and all the things that they have. That's what the young people aren't realizing. You know, older people haven't laid a foundation for you. So any person that's older than you telling you to vote against your own interests, government shouldn't do anything for you. You pay taxes but don't expect nothing from it. Let it give your money to rich people. And let government privatize everything and monetize it. So you pay taxes, because I'm trying to understand the logic. So we pay taxes for the government to privatize our services to then charge us again for those same services. Then what the fuck are we paying taxes for? That doesn't even make sense. If you're going to charge me for the service, then why am I paying taxes for it? I'm paying taxes for you to charge me. That shit don't even make sense. No, they want us to pay taxes to fund rich people being able to use government to privatize so that government can fund their businesses. That's guaranteed profits. That's guaranteed profits for those companies when they get those government contracts. and they get entrenched in government like that. So that's why I'm going, no, I'm not okay with that. I'm personally not okay with it. So while I don't agree ultimately with what is happening to government, at the same time, until people get and feel Republican policies, they're not going to stop voting Republican. Hey, Michael, thank you so much. Yeah, it won't stop until then. And that's what's so unfortunate. It's kind of like when you tell a child, don't touch the hot stove, don't touch the hot stove. They don't believe you until they touch it and get burned for themselves. Then it's like, uh-oh, mama was right. That is hot. That's essentially, to me, what we have with Republican voters. I saw a story earlier where a gentleman, he's on $20,000 worth of government-funded health care assistance, I'll say it like that, to help him every month. His stuff just got cut. And you know what I said? Good. He voted for it. I guess he's one of the leeches that Trump was talking about. That's what he voted for, right? The problem was he thought he wasn't a leech, according to Trump's definition. But anybody not in that group of money is a leech. Hell, I'm a leech to them because I'm not rich. Doesn't matter if I'm not on social services, because I'm a leech to them. This is what I'm trying to get, And a lot of people are going to learn a very hard lesson. Like these cuts in Department of Education when school starts again, and people have special needs children. Ooh, I pray you're in the right state, because if you ain't in the right states, where those states also care about children with special needs, oh, your child, I hope you have the money to supplement what the public education system will no longer provide for your child, because it's everybody for themselves. And since you don't have enough money, well, I guess that means your child gets whatever you can get them or can't give them. That's the whole point of having government involved, because it helps. That's DEI. See, that's the DEI y'all didn't want. Y'all thought DEI meant black. Like I told you before, I don't know not one black person that got a job through a DEI initiative. I don't know one. Not one. I know women who have, specifically white women, but not black people. DEI is used for special needs, the elderly, the disabled. But folks act like DEI is a bad thing. Say it again, Shelton. Yeah, we got to have all these extra credentials. What do they say? You got to be twice as good to get to sit at the table with mediocre ass people. We just know that. So we already come double time prepared and ready. But this isn't going, this will not end well for the majority of the people who it won't end well for are Republicans. It's already been proven. Look at, Abbott's wheelchair ramps are DEI. I don't understand why the people of Texas aren't calling for that shit to be removed. They're spending taxpayer dollars to make special accommodations for the governor, who doesn't want to make special accommodations for anybody else. So why is he being treated special? Yeah, folks got to learn to fight fire with fire. Folks got to learn to dig deep, just like Republicans do. You're not going to get anywhere playing nice. Thank you, Neek. You're not going to get anywhere nice. Being nice and, well, they what do they say? They go low, we go high. Not me. You're not going to get anywhere like that. You're not going to teach anybody anything like that. Hey, Trail. You're not going to teach anybody anything like that. Oh, they're very scared. MAGA's very scared. But at the same time, MAGA's not going to admit it. MAGA's not going to admit it. And y'all have to remember that, like I told y'all, it's not just Trump doing this. You got Trump, you got the courts, you got Congress. Got all these entities that are helping to do it. It's not just Trump. Trump can't make laws. All he can do is sign EOs. That's it. The Dem side, no, the Democrats are far from scared. I wouldn't say they're scared. I would say their messaging ain't good. But Dems are far from scared. Far from that. To think of it even in that way is kind of like, you know, simplifying it too much. It's not even that simple. The conversation is a little more complex than that. Yeah, they're not scared. Their messaging is shit, but their messaging is always shit, right? North Carolina cancel elections. Let me see. And y'all got to remember, whatever Republicans know they can get away with in one state, they'll do in other states. Y'all get that? Like that Texas gerrymandering stuff? If Republicans are able to do that gerrymandering in the way they want and they're not stopped by the courts, they're just going to do it in multiple places. Hey, D-Vizzy. Hey, good afternoon, beautiful. But we don't have North Carolina stopping anything right now. Right now, they're chilling. But I'm telling you, Texas is the one to watch. And Texas is the one to watch because if they are able to get away with it, Republicans are going to use it as a blueprint to do all across America. Yep. Say it again, Yana. Yep. So, Yana, that's absolutely correct. You said blue states, so the same thing. No, blue states aren't doing that. I wish they were. I wish that blue states would gerrymander Republicans out of their seats, frankly. I wish they would. They just won't do it because they always try to act above board. I wouldn't. Shit, you want to act raggedy? And see, Gavin Newsom already said, I hope that California does do it. I hope that Gavin Newsom does it. Because he already said that, listen, if Texas does what they're going to do, we're going to gerrymander to make sure Republicans never get no seats in California. And I agree with it. If it's okay for Texas to do, it's okay for California to do. Yep. Gavin Newsom talking about doing it, Divizzy, and I hope he does. Hey, Amelia, how are you? But I'm like, listen, all of this, you got to play nice because they playing nice. So, you know, I guess you was thinking I was going to say, I hope they don't do it. No, I want them to do it. If Texas is going to do it, California should do it too. Yup. Gerrymander Republicans right on out of them seats. That's how I feel about it. Did you hear Texas is being... Yeah, I heard about that. Because they're trying to redraw the maps. That's what we were talking about. And that's why I say Gavin Newsom has said to them, if they do it, that he's going to do the same thing. They're going to do the same thing in California and get rid of Republican seats. Good. Do it. Do it. That's what I say. To Mawan's point, let's play. You're not going to stop these people from being deplorable and doing the things they do by being nice to them. Stop being nice to them. That's the bottom line. It's real easy. Just stop being damn nice to them. I know I wouldn't. I wouldn't keep being nice to them for what? They don't deserve it. Treating them better than they deserve doesn't get you anywhere. You still won't continue to be disrespected, tossed aside, and act like you don't matter. You're absolutely right, Miss Jackie. Democrats have to fight fire. But this is why Democrats lose elections. To my point that I was saying to somebody earlier, Democrats got to get their damn messaging together. Now is the time, see, do what Republicans would do. If the tables would turn with this Epstein thing, Republicans would stoke the fire with Democrats. So Democrats need to do a better job about stoking the fire with Republicans on this issue of this list. Like, you gonna let them play in your face? Didn't they tell you it was a list? Haven't they been telling you all these years that it's a list? Only to get in office now? At first, when they first got in, they told you they had all this stuff. They was wading through it. They was looking through it. And then they said they was going to give it to you. Now they telling you ain't nothing there? Man, they playing in your face. You going to let them play you like that? Shit, wouldn't be me. That's what I would do. Shit. That's why I'm telling you, MAGA is mad about this conversation about daggone Epstein. So Why not help egg it along even more? We know that they're not rational a lot of times in the way that they approach things. So in knowing that, use it to your advantage. That's why I'm just like, listen, play them out. Oh, hold on. Where's that? Oh, no, that's it. Okay. Yeah, play them out. That's what I would do. That's the only way that you're going to get anywhere, is you got to convince MAGA that the system is now Donald Trump too. Quiet as kept, they're already convincing themselves of it. All you have to do is confirm and reinforce what they already think anyway. They already think it. Exactly. We want the list. Not like we wanted the MTV back in the day. Listen, we're so in today. I want my MTV. Listen, I remember those little interludes that would tell you about videos. Don't play with me. I'm that old, okay? Like I told y'all gonna love the new episode of the Straight No Chaser podcast on Wednesday, where we take it way back in the day. Go back, nostalgia. Let's just go back. Yep, play MAGA like a heart. That's what you have to do. If you don't play these people, you get played. Trump is already playing them. Hey, Lily, good evening. Trump is already playing them. So use it to your advantage. You play all of them. What do they say? You play all of them against each other. To the point they don't know who to trust. But I'm telling you, they're already thinking that Trump is the swamp. Some of them are starting to say it. Is he the swamp? No say. It's just funny to watch because it's like, well, of course he's the swamp. But hey, you wanted to believe that he was one of the good ones. Okay. All right. Now you know. Now what you going to do? That's the question. What are they going to do now that they know? And eventually they're going to tell him something about they're going to believe. Yeah. But see, this is the thing. This is why Trump is backed in a corner, right? He can't release a fake list, right? Because then people will get to a point of asking like, or figuring out like, hey, those aren't real people. Because understand, people going to dig. And then if they are real people, they're going to sue you. And then if they sue you, you have discovery. See? So it's a no-win situation at all. It is a no-win situation. Charlie Kirk was like, I trust my friends. Yeah, right. Charlie told us we don't have a friend in government. See, I told y'all, every time them gums on Charlie are showing, he's lying. I told you. Hey, sweetie. Hey, good afternoon, beautiful. I told y'all, Charlie, stay lying. If you see those gums, you just assume he's lying, okay? Okay? Honey, I love this for them too. You know why? Because they did it to themselves. This is a direct result. This is what happens when you tell so many lies. This is the boy that cried wolf. Now, there's a problem. Say MAGA doesn't dig, they take what Orange says, but the problem is those message boards are going out of control. That's the problem. And I think the Russians are helping to play into it too by putting bots out there stoking the flames as well. That doesn't help. I think that's why Trump is all about giving Ukraine weapons now, because it's also a distraction, but it's also to send a message to Vladimir Putin like, hey, listen, you mess with me, I mess with you. But it's not really messing with Vlad. You understand? More so than delaying what he's trying to do. Man, y'all better pay attention to the game. I see what game is being played here. That's why when Trump said we were giving weapons to Ukraine, I'm like, I thought we weren't supposed to do that. Right, now we helping Ukraine. Okay. All right. Yeah, the bots are out. I'm telling you, the bots are out helping to stoke the flames so that MAGA stays on this whole Epstein list thing. Yeah, it's MAGA talking about it, but it's also bots encouraging them like, hey, you need to go get answers. They played you out just like what I said. They're in the swamp now. Those are bots. So that real MAGA people, some of them are bots. I ain't saying all of them are, but they want real MAGA to see it, so you plant stuff in their head by them seeing it. They know what they're doing. Vladimir Putin and them know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. And y'all, I want to ask y'all a question. Now, I put a video up earlier. And it's an interesting conversation. This 1-2 people keep popping up because you know how people do when folks be standing, right? Okay. So I'm talking about this whole, I put up some videos today about this whole thing about Nicki Minaj crashing out on social media. Now, I say, if she actually has evidence that she's owed money, or she really believed that she was owed money, why wouldn't she just sue Jay-Z? You don't come on Instagram with shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You don't come on social media with shit like that. Thank you all for the gifts. I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much for the likes, the shares, the gifts, the engagement. So I'm going, why, if she's on the internet, to me, it just looks like a crash out. It looks like an older celebrity that is realizing she doesn't have as much influence and reach and impact as she used to. She does in the circles of the people who absolutely love her and are infatuated her. But by and large, you know, the world keeps moving. That's just how the world is, right? The world just keeps moving. It never stops. So I'm going, why, again, nothing else makes any sense. Like, it just, to me, looks like a whole total one of them celebrity crash outs. Like, I'm still trying to stay relevant. And yeah, the only people she has influence with, Nessa Bessa, are the people who love her. Like, that's that, what do they call them? Those barbs or whatever. Yeah, that's how I look at it. She's just trying to be relevant. Because my thing is this, if somebody owed me $200 million fucking dollars, I'm like Jackie Chan in Rush Hour. Would I be in a building, a place like that? No. I would not have my ass on Instagram. Are you fucking kidding me? You can, even if you could rarely win a lawsuit with them, you certainly ain't gonna win a lawsuit with Roc Nation putting the shit on Instagram first. That's no excuse. That's no excuse at all. Nicki Minaj got money. We not talking about some lowly peon person we ain't talking about a regular schmeggler like me. We talking about a woman with money and resources. And let me tell you something. If you had undisputable proof and showed it to an attorney, a top flight attorney, they gonna take your case because they gonna get paid. They know they gonna get you some money. The fact that she's on the internet with it alone tells me there's no case. There's just a crash out. It's like, yo, just make music, man. Just make music. What I see is somebody that's trying to adjust to the changes. She's now the old bitch on the block. Remember when she came on the block, she was the young girl on the block. So she came for Kim and anybody else that had been there because she the young, hot girl on the block. Well, now that's not the case anymore. There are now younger women on the block now. Hey, Sabrina. And hey, Uola, I hope I said that correct. Yeah, nobody wants to hear the same thing anymore. It's the same thing over and over and over again. She needs to reinvent herself. She needs to evolve. You said she's Tina Turner now. What does that mean? But she needs to evolve. Yeah, a lot of it's karma for what she did to Kim. Because it's like, oh, now you the old chick. That's so-called, because this is what Nicki said when she came in, that Kim was the old chick fighting to stay relevant. Remember? That's what she said. And now, look at what we're doing. Right now, we're talking about Nicki Minaj, Cemento. We do a lot of things around here. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ulo. Thank you. But that's what it seems like to me, that she's not accepting that now you the old bitch in the club. I mean, that's just what it come down to. And no disrespect or nothing like that. Aging is a blessing. But you need to be mindful because you're not young forever. I always say that. Yeah, Nicki is to me, she gives off mean girl energy. I ain't saying we all got to be friends, but damn, we all ain't got to be enemies either. Because the time I spend fighting you is the time that I could spend making money. You know what I'm saying? So that's the part that I don't get it. So I hope for her that she gets free of whatever that demon is that causes her to be online, crashing out, man, stop doing all that shit. Just make your music, evolve, and do you and make your money. If she does that, she'll be just fine. But she's got to do that. You know, I honestly, some of her music I really have liked. I won't lie. I don't like all of it, but some things that she's done I've liked. But I'm also am honest in saying, but she ain't honest about it. She bit some of Kim's visual style. Let's just keep it all the way a buck. But she don't like to be honest about that. But it's okay. But I wouldn't consider her one of my top 5 female rappers. Oh, no. It's nothing personal against her. I guess I would put her in top 10, I guess. Maybe, but that's pushing it. I really have to think through it. But she certainly ain't in no top 5. Not when you talk about rappers. Thank you for that, my dog is Charlie. We got our first block of the day. What they say, bye. But yeah, so I just hope for her that at some point she gets free of whatever that is. Because she got some demons that she needs to let go of. Hold on, I'm gonna look her up. Let me see. I don't know how old she is. But I know she's got to be close to 40. She's 42. She'll be 43 in December. So she's too old to still be doing what she's doing. You understand? Crashing out over women half her age on the internet. It's just not a good look. It's never, when you in your 40s, it's never a good look to be arguing with 20-something-year-old girls. Because they're not on your level. You understand? They're not on your level. That's how you should be thinking. Like, girl, you're not even on my level. Why would I spend my time thinking about you or arguing with you? Why would I do those things? You know what I mean? So that's where I go. She got to get into that headspace, but she's not there because she's obviously dealing with some insecurities. And she got to deal with that stuff. Yeah, it's sad to go out this way, but she got to deal with it. See, look. See, Cemento saying, I don't debate with anybody under 25. See? Could be a producer. I agree. She could be an AR for Duga. The problem that she has is she want to be the only chick. You see what I'm saying? She want to be that chick. That's a problem. You got to let go of your ego with that shit. You got to be a girl's girl. You got to be like Beyonce. You understand? Because you win even more when you a girl's girl, in my humble opinion. You win more when you pay it forward. You win more when you pay it forward than you do trying to keep it all to yourself. Because at the end of the day, we all have to age. It happens to all of us. So if it happens to all of us, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I said, I hope for her that at some point she gets free of it. But she got to figure out, she needs to figure out who she is as an artist in her 40s. Because you can't come out anymore half naked, the G-strings, the on your knees, pop, twerking, all this stuff. Not that you can't do some of those things, but you gotta evolve. There's a way to still do some of that, but you still have to evolve. That's what I think Beyonce is very good at. The show that you see from Beyonce now is not the show you saw from Beyonce when she was doing Dangerously in Love. It's not the exact same thing. And I wouldn't expect it to be. There's going to be some growth. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be some growth. So I expect that. So that's why, that's where I think that there's an issue. Not the knees popping and cracking. Listen, somebody be in the audience like, is somebody eating pork skins? Somebody got some bubble wrap around here or something? What's going on? Is bubble wrap? Just. I told y'all. Honestly, if I tell you what you never know now. Listen, knees just be snapping. That's why I said you gotta evolve. You understand? Queen Latifah has evolved. You feel me? MC Light, evolution. You understand? These are the type of MCs that evolve. That's why it's important to evolve. When you don't, you're going to have a problem. Like, Sexy Red going to have a problem in her 60s. I mean, like, in her 60s, it's going to be a little bit of a problem to get folks to lean into that. No disrespect. You just got to keep it all the way a buck. You know what I'm saying? That's why the art has to evolve over time. If Sexy Red evolves over time, she'll be fine. But if there's no evolution, she's going to have a problem. She's going to have a problem. I'm talking about the Epstein files too. We want them. We still want them. Yeah, same thing with Remy. Yeah, Remy. And you know what's so sad about Remy? Was when she was locked down, I kept saying, I can't wait till Remy get out. You know what I'm saying? When she was locked down, I was like, I cannot wait for Remy to get out so she can pop her shit. Then she gets out and she crashing out a little bit too. You know what I mean? It's like, girl, come on now, sis. Come on now, sis. Papoose held it down, but Papoose crashing out too. Let's keep it all the way above. He crashing out too. He need to get a better handle on this girl. At the end of the day, you got kids with that other woman. So you need to get a handle on your new girl. You understand? And how she interacts or talks about your old woman. Because your old woman is still the mother of your children. So you need to get a handle on your new girl. So I call Papoose ass out too. He likes him fighting over him because keep in mind, Papoose ain't never had nobody fighting over him. Let's just be honest about it. This is probably the first time this has ever happened to him. So he kind of likes them fighting just a little bit. Let's just be honest, okay? Let's be honest. He ain't never had nobody fight over him before. That's not Trump. That's me pouring, look, that's me pouring water in my cup. But yeah, that's why I said Papoose got to get a handle on things too. But Remy, I love me some Remy, but she shouldn't be doing all that back and forth shit. It's like, girl. But at the same time, Papoose needs to get a handle on his chick. Because I highly doubt that's forever. Except if Papoose just want to feel like, you know, I just know that the rebound person is usually never the person people stay with. Once they done making the other person jealous or mad, they ain't staying with that rebound. They you know, they get clarity and they go, okay, not that I won't continue to date and try to find somebody, but they don't stay with that rebound. That rebound was something to do to get over the heartbreak of somebody else. What do they say? What was that old saying? The best way to get over someone is to get up under someone else. You know, they need to learn how to stay up. I agree. They need to learn how to stay off social media. The problem is a lot of people use social media to express all of their emotions. They use it like a diary. I tend to not like that type of content. I'm not really into that because I don't want to be emotionally going through all these ebbs and flows because you going through all these ebbs and flows. Thank you all so much for the gifts. I don't want to be doing that. So me personally, that's why I tend to stay away from stuff. I'm like, shit, I got my own problems. Fuck, I look like constantly looking at your content where it's always fucking problems. I'm good on that part. I don't need it. Yeah, exactly, Kim. And I got personal things I just don't. If I have personal things in my life I don't want to share with people I know, why the hell would I share it with people I don't know? That doesn't even make sense. Yeah, why I don't do. Yeah, reality, like me, I wouldn't do a reality show only because I'm not for the way they try to frame stuff. It's no amount of money you could pay me to make an ass of myself. You know what I'm saying? Nah, fuck all that. And then it's bad enough things happen in our lives as it is. Can you imagine cameras being there, producers, writers, all these people there? Then somebody gets to edit it. They broadcast it. It's on the internet. It's on social media. No, I'm not about to do that. Life is hard enough. I don't need that. Yeah, I would. Oh, yeah, that was a good decision on you not being in every reality show. That's not smart. No amount of money is worth that shit. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it. When I watch those shows, I look at them and I go, damn, how broke are these people? Listen, like, how bad do you need money that you're willing to do this? And I say the same things about like the Real Housewives of Atlanta, shit like that. I go, how broke are you that you need to do this? Like, how desperate are you that you need to be doing something like this with you going through drama on camera? Because I don't understand. There's enough drama in life as it is. Why do you need to hang out with people and purposely have manufactured drama so y'all can have beef Like there are easier ways to make money. Yeah, like Flavor Love, that was fucking crazy. A lot of it's scripted, but that's why I go to your Constance, your point. You're saying a lot of scripted. It is, but that's why I go to even more. There are easier ways to make money, and they're horrible actors. All of them are horrible actors because we sit at home like, no, we would never do that. We would never do that. Flav, talk about the desperation that had to be in place for those women to want to. They were fighting for Flavor Flav's love. That is the definition of the rent is due. You understand? That is the definition of the rent is due. And they didn't get paid no serious money for that show. They got paid no money for that show. He has a nice personality, but that don't do nothing for what's going to wake up on that pillow next to you. Listen, you're not waking up to personality, beloved. Let's just keep it all way a buck. Okay? Let's just keep it all way a buck. I like personality too. But that's not what's on the pillow next to us, okay? That's not what's laying there, okay? I'm just keeping all way a buck, all right? That's all I'm saying. It's one of those situations where I go, listen, Flavor Flav seems like a very nice guy. Seems like a fun guy to be around. But there are levels to this shit for me. There's certain things where I'm like, yeah, I could do that. I could take that L and do that. That's not one of those times. They do it for notoriety and building drama. What was the one lady's name? Which name? Talking about Anna Nicole Smith? Are you talking about her? Or you talking about Brigitte Nielsen, who used to kick it with Flavor Flav? They had a very interesting relationship. They still are very, very close friends. So, you say, okay, so who's the monster between Delicious or Shay? Yeah, that was just crazy. And then how do you go from, imagine you're Shaq and you dated Hoops after Flavor Flav. Wow. Yeah, I just thought about that because Hoops dated Flavor Flav. I mean, she dated Shaq for a minute and she was on Flavor of Love. Just imagine being after Flavor Flav. Wow. The things these men will do. That's all I'll say to that. Obviously, the world ain't small enough. Shaq's in it. Can't be that small. See how big that motherfucker is? But serious, I'm like, wow. When you think about it, you just go, okay. And keep in mind, back in them days, they wasn't making crazy money on reality TV. And you couldn't parlay it into brand deals, do all these other things with it like you can now. Back then, you was just on TV. They get a little piece of change, and that's about it. And hopefully, you can parlay it into something else. Oh, thank you, Constance. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. We have a lot of fun over here. We talk about politics, we talk about life, we talk about trending topics, we talk about all types of stuff. Because listen, life doesn't always have to be heavy. You know what I mean? It's a lot of heavy stuff. A lot of heavy stuff. So we like to keep it, we talk about heavy things, but we also like to keep it light too. We like to keep it light. But yeah, I'm just I do guests from time to time. I do guests from time to time. New York did a whole franchise after Flav. She sure did. Now I'm gonna give it to Tiffany Pollard. Look, I don't even call her New York no more. I call her by her name. I give it to Tiffany Pollard because she took that one appearance and that woman has rode that thing. She still be on TV. Still to today. Always on somebody's reality show. I even saw her on Botched. And she's been on Botched more than once. Okay, and I know because every time she's on there, I've watched it. So I give it to Tiffany Pollard. Whoever her team is, she's just very determined to always have herself. And it doesn't hurt that she has a great personality. She does. Listen, New York, she was a character, understand? Yeah, she is a character, honey. She's great TV. And she knows it. But she leans into who she is and knows who she is. Like, I can watch New York. I'm going to tell you who I can't watch. That fucking long-faced ass Natalie. That bitch I can't watch. I can't watch that heifer. I can't stand her. I don't even understand women who want to be a part of anything she's a part of. Because I'm going, first of all, when we saying, first of all, we cute and we bad bitches, she's not in that group. So how are we even doing this? That's the first thing. That's the first thing. How are we even doing that part of it? Where we're sitting there going, we all bad bitch. No, you're not. Somebody lied. Yeah, thank you, Sabrina. No, and I'm a girl's girl. Don't get me wrong. I'm a girl's girl. But Natalie Nunn? No, ma'am, no, sir. Every time I see her, I think, it's Mac tonight. Every time I see her. Girl, bye. And she got the audacity to be a mean girl. Got the audacity to talk about other people's looks. Girl, not the female Jay Leno. I saw that. I saw that. That's why I'm always I saw that. That's why I'm always fascinated by women that want to be anywhere associated with her. I'm like, that chick? That's who you aspire to be? Oh, low expectation having somebody. Are you serious? Natalie Nunn? Come on. And see, I'm from back in the day when Bad Girls Club first hit the scene. Literally. Okay, no pun intended. When it first debuted, and I still remember, I don't remember the girl's name, but I remember they had went out for hiking, and they was going somewhere. They weren't like hiking really, they were just walking down into like the nature stuff. I think they went to like a beach, but you got to walk down some stairs, and they went down to the beach. And I never forgot when the one black girl said to the other black girl, she said, "Girl, I'm about to go home, girl." And she said, "What you mean, girl?" She said, "Because, girl, when we get up here at the top of the stairs, I'm going to beat this bitch's ass, and they're going to send me home, girl, and I'm sorry." And she said, "Okay, girl." That was fucking Bad Girls Club. I don't know what this shit is now. That's why I stopped watching it decades ago, eons ago. But that original Bad Girls Club, oh, they was really bad. They was really, really, really bad. That's the only reason why you get to the point of what you see today with the levels of security. Because them girls in the beginning, they didn't have no security like that in them houses. Them girls was just fighting. Them girls was fighting and scrapping. Yeah, see, Sabrina, remember, them original ones, for those of you young enough, you need to go back to the original. Because when you see the original, before there weren't other seasons for other girls to mock it and try to one-up the other season, you get to really see what it was. It was just girls all in the house together. They all got their past and got their issues. All of them got anger issues to some degree. Some are better at regulating their emotions than others, and how they're able to live in this house together. And basically how the producers would mess with them to get them agitated enough to turn on each other. That's really what it was. That's what those shows were. Now, I don't know what it is now. I see some of this stuff on the internet and I'm like, wow. Yep, Springer was raw back then. Hell, Ricky Lake was raw back then. I know y'all remember Ricky Lake. Ricky Lake, they used to fight and everything on Ricky Lake back in the day. Tell everything. Oh, I remember Tanisha. Everybody getting up. If I'm up, everybody up. Get up now. Everybody get up. When she went around the house with them pop tops, honey, to wake them girls up out that bed, I knew they wasn't going to do nothing. And she knew it too. She knew it too. She knew she was in a house with fake ass bad girls. She knew it. And she took advantage of that every step she got. And that girl still get work to the day because of that show. Because she was a character too. She was great TV. See, when you're great TV, you're great TV. I remember Jenny Jones. But remember, Jenny Jones stopped because of that incident that happened that was affiliated with her show. And then Ricky comes along and Ricky takes over. But I remember Ricky Lake. I used to love me some Ricky Lake. Ricky Lake was messy. Jerry Springer was messy. Jerry Springer was fake too, as scripted. Maury, messy. With them DNA shows, messy. But wasn't nothing like sitting at home, let you not have to go to school that day or work, and you watching Maury and you sitting up there trying to guess if he the daddy or not. You sitting up there taking bets. Looking at him and looking at her. I don't think he the father. I think she lying. I think she looked too innocent. And then when Maury says he is the daddy, you like, damn. You get mad. You be like, damn. Yeah, the original Maury was boring, but that once he did that pivot, primetime TV. That the paternity shows, and is it a him or is it a her? Primetime fucking TV. Fine time fucking TV. Listen, I'm gonna take y'all all the way back. I remember when Maury Povich was on A Current Affair. Okay, that's how far back I'm going. That's how I'm showing my age. I remember when Maury Povich was on A Current Affair. Okay. Okay. Oh, I remember Montel Williams. I used to love Montel. Yep, I used to love the Montel Williams show too. Montel was a great talk show host. He was a good one. Yeah, I remember the show Cheaters. That was good too. Until they messed it up. Now it seems all scripted. But in the beginning, that was a good show. Yep, I remember Sally Jesse Raphael, Donahue, all those things. Oh, what was the guy with the really big mouth? Not Jay Leno. You know, the talk show guy that had the really big mouth and he had the big old smile and he would have all types of crazy shit on that show. No, not Geraldo. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Not Arsenio. No. He was daytime. No, not Wilco. This is back in the day. This is the 90s. Nope, it's not. Hold on, let me look it up. Nope, not Howard, talk show host. Look, I'm gonna look it up just like this. With huge mouth and smile on TV with crazy guests from the 90s. Look, listen, that's how I have to describe it. Because I don't remember his name. Morton Downey Jr. Yep, Sabrina just got it. Morton Downey Jr. That show used to be fucking crazy. Morton Downey Jr. was insane, man. He was insane. I used to love me some Morton Downey Jr. I used to watch that stuff and laugh my ass off. He was Jerry Springer before there was a Jerry Springer. Okay? Before there was a Jerry Springer, there was Morton Downey Jr. And that guy was awesome. Awesome. If Morton was still alive today, he would be so happy to hear me say that. Because that show was fucking hilarious. That show was hilarious. It would just be straight lunacy on that show. But he was entertaining. And he had a big old mouth, and he was always, you know, talking about, you know, something nutty. But I used to love me some Morton Downey Jr. I remember those days. Man, they don't make TV like that no more. Now you're going to make me also do an episode on old TV. Because I just found an old TV channel recently, and I was able to watch some episodes of this show. Like they would do great comedians from the 70s, great comedians from the 80s. Then they'd do another episode, great comedians from the 90s. I just don't remember. It's a new network that I've never heard of before. And I was able to watch like old TV shows on it. I've seen bands that are still playing that come on there and they do live performances. So yeah, I'll do an old TV episode. Hold on, I'm gonna make a note of that. Because it'd be great to talk, because I love old TV. I watch old TV all the time. I watch it and go, missing it, because some of that stuff you'll never get on TV now. Because people are too sensitive to have those discussions the way we did then. Geraldo got punched on his own show. Not on Morton Downey Jr.'s show. He got punched on his own fucking show. Go figure. Yeah, I remember the Gong Show. I used to watch that. Hollywood Squares. All of that stuff. I used to watch all that stuff. All of that stuff. But yeah, I still watch a lot of old TV, because old TV, you're not going to get shows like All in the Family. The Jeffersons. Hell, you ain't going to get Good Times. You're not getting shit like that. You're not going to get Facts of Life. You're not going to get a Silver Spoons. You're not going to get a Different Strokes. It's so many types of programming you're never going to get again, because the world is America's too sensitive for that now. Look, y'all, I'm cooking bacon, so this is why this is happening. Jesus. I'm the person, man, and I say no, just like Buck Bunny. No, I want the files, Kevin. I want the Epstein files, please. I want the files. So I don't agree with you, Kevin. I want those files. I want them. We want the files, Kevin. We're not going to turn the other way. No, everyone. No, ain't no everyone. Who does that, Kevin? You do that. Because I don't do nothing that's in them files, sir. Nothing, sir. Speak for yourself, sir. I'm not one of those people. I don't live my life like that. So that's why we want the files. Yeah. When that movie hilarious, I love me some Golden Child. Give me the files. Well, I want the files, Kevin. And Trump said we were going to get them. His ass needs to stop lying and give up the files. Pam Bondi said she had the list too. She need to stop lying. Dan Bongino said that he was going to release the files. When he got in, he was going to release the list. Kash Patel said he was going to release the list. So I want, well, because they need to say they all lied in. Yeah, it's time to put up or shut up. We want the files, please. That's why we're calling on Nick Cage to get us the files. Since he got the Declaration of Independence, he can get the files. We know he can do it. We know you can do it, Nick. We know you can. We trust in you. I'm tired of seeing MAGA say, no, we don't need it. No, we do need it. We need the files. Yep, I want to know. Who are these people that are being protected? That shouldn't be protected. We want to know. You got that reference to Golden Child? Okay, I'm glad you got that. Oh, well, if she's going to testify to Congress, she should wait till Democrats get majority. Because Republicans will never let a real trial happen, let a real discussion happen with her in there. And that's a fact. That is a fact. I'm looking to see if there's anything else that's happening that we don't, that, you know, there's always some breaking news. So that's why I want to look. Of course, I see Andrew Cuomo has announced that he's going to do a third-party run for New York City mayor. So he just won't go away. He won't go away. See? That's the rich guy. He's not willing to accept it and leave and move on. Not willing to accept it. Not willing to accept it. So he's gonna try to splinter the vote. If New York City wanted Cuomo, he would have won that nomination. But he can't leave. He can go get a fucking job. Cuomo has money. Why does he want to keep entrenching himself in government? I told y'all, this is what rich people do. They won't go away. Understand, they won't go away. Yep, it's ego and power. He's mad that his ass didn't get that nomination, so he won't go away. So just so y'all know, he will not go away. And y'all know that Elise Stefanik from New York, she has crushed fundraising records. She raised $4 million in Q2. She had 50,000 unique donors with an average $22 contribution, calling it unprecedented for New York Republicans. She raised Hochul, like they said Kathy Hochul raised Hochul, I never say it right, 11.8 million so far in 2025 with 17.5 million cash on hand, while Stefanik acknowledges grassroots support from New York and nationwide. I'm not buying it. She got big money flowing into that campaign too, but her ass ain't gonna be honest about the shit. I mean, that's just a fact. Yeah, you're right. Upstate New York racist as hell. So they're gonna make sure she has something. And just so y'all know, we got some wildfires happening in Arizona. They've destroyed a Grand Canyon lodge. It's already burned over 45,000 acres in the Grand Canyon. But hey, they say global warming doesn't exist. That's what they say. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else. And the U.S. Department of Defense has awarded contracts to Google and Musk's company XAI. So rich people are still getting our tax money. The government is just funneling it to them even more. So Elon, who pushed out civilian workers, regular working class people, then they turn around and get more and more government contracts. I told y'all they stealing right in your face. Do you think Ivanka would? No, she will not run for president. No, one of them fucking sons will, and they're horrible, both of them. But their ego, one of them will. Well, yeah, rich people got those defense contracts. Because I'm telling you, defense didn't get cut. And that's where a lot of the waste is in government. If you want to cut waste in government, look at them defense contracts. That's what they didn't touch. And now gave them more of your money. Wow. And the Democrats have demanded a House vote on full Epstein files. It should. Good. It puts Republicans on the record, so they have to figure it out. Yep. Beware of the military-industrial complex. That's where we are. That's where we are. That's where we are. I'm trying to look and see if there's anything else. Yeah, Trump is going to send Patriot missiles to Ukraine. But again, remember, Trump just said months ago he wouldn't help them do nothing. Why now all of a sudden? Epstein files. Epstein files. I'm telling you. Because Vladimir Putin got them bots out there getting MAGA riled up. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else. Nah, I think that's it for now. I need to look more into this stuff happening in Florida in the detention centers. I'm going to take a look at that and start exposing some more of that stuff. I want to make sure that I talk about components that people are not talking about. And see what else, because we got to make sure we continue to shine a light on what's happening to people. It's not okay for people to be locked up in cages like animals. We did this before. You would think that America would remember. But America got, what I say, a trauma bond with its country. Got to hold America accountable. It says strong U.S. defense spending draws investors to space startups. You know what that is? That's Cold War for rich people are going to make a lot of money from government throwing money at defense contractors, a.k.a. rich people. See? Rich people paid the government. They paid to make sure Trump would get back in there so they could lock up and have all the money and government contracts they wanted without the oversight necessary to ensure that the government gets what it paid for. You ain't seen wasteful spending yet. Watch. Wait. Y'all gonna see. Oh, they real quiet about that, see, Mandy. I'm looking to see. Yeah, that's pretty much it for right now. I'm just looking at all this stuff and I'm just going, hopefully at some point, I'm not surprised at fucking Cuomo. I'm not surprised at his ass because he's like the fucking candy man. He will not go away. He will not go away. Not at all. And that's the problem that we have. Like I said before, a rich person that won't get a job. He just don't want a job. He want an easy job. And an easy job is to do a job in which you're not accountable for things that you do and that you get to spend other people's money. So, okay. And I like what somebody says. Somebody says, according to this Supreme Court, President Biden's Department of Education was exceeding its power by trying to forgive people's student loans. President Trump, on the other hand, has the power to just completely dismantle the entire department. Pay attention. Biden couldn't forgive your student loan because the Supreme Court said he didn't have authority. But that same Supreme Court says that Donald Trump has authority to dismantle the Department of Education. If you don't need any more proof that these people want you broke, poor, and uneducated, what more proof do you need? Wake up, folks. I thank y'all for joining me this evening. I thank you so much. We got, what did we get? I can't even see how many likes we did get because of the thing I got on the screen. But we got likes. Thank you all so much for all of the likes today. Thank you for all of the shares. The system doesn't show it to me today. I think TikTok couldn't up. Thank you for all the shares. Oh, 35K? Okay, thank you so much because I can't see the number through there. Look, I can't see. When I put my glasses on, I can't see up that close. And then it's blending in with that white background. So I can't. So thank you, Tiffany. And thank you all. Check out the Straight No Chaser podcast. The new episode from last week is up on Patreon, YouTube, Spotify. Check it out. The new one will be out Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I'm taking it way back and going to have you feeling good. And thank you for the shares. I see Kim said 112 shares. Thank you all so much for the shares. I want to send a shout out to my top 5 gifters because y'all know I always love to do this. Number 1, beautiful Sayana. Thank you, beautiful. Number 2, beautiful, my dog is Charlie. Number 3, beautiful Sayana. Number 4, beautiful Misty Blue. Number 5, beautiful Constance. And a special shout out to number 6, beautiful Trell. Thank you all so much. And thank you all for your gifts. I will see you tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I love you all. And I'm going to tell you like I always tell you, don't let nobody live rent-free in your head, y'all. Don't feed the trolls. And you can accomplish anything you put your mind to as long as you stay consistent. Peace, everybody. Bye, beautiful and handsome folks. See you tomorrow.